This is Tony Purcell, and welcome to day number 5. You know, I think the worst invention in the world is the snooze button. It's a horrible thing. It's never, ever served me. I don't think ever. An extra 5 minutes never helps anybody. I don't think you can ever tell the difference during the day. And what I do is I say, I just push the snooze button just in case I fall back asleep, and then fall back asleep, wake up, push the snooze button. And I did that today. So this is the first day that I didn't get up right exactly at 6 because I kept hitting the snooze button a few times. So that's put me a little bit behind schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and head straight to the gym and get back to you, let you know how it goes. Good morning and welcome to video number 2 of day number 5. So the rest of my power hour this morning didn't go very well. It started out, as you saw this morning, with me pushing the snooze button, letting my body be in control. When I went to work out, again, I let my body be in control. I was really tired, and so I decided to do abs because I can lay down and work out. And guess what? It didn't wake me up. I also had some really early morning meetings, and because I pushed the snooze, I was behind. I wasn't able to get to the rest of my power hour. And I learned a really good lesson about myself today, and that is that when I let my body be the one in control, when I live my life on that physical plane, I show up as a total jerk. And I noticed myself, when I was talking to my wife, I noticed myself getting upset with everything. I would get frustrated, and I kept getting angry and losing my temper over it, like everything that was happening. I would try to go and do something and produce, and I was very, very ineffective at everything that I did. And finally I said to my wife, I said, I need to go work out. And she says, why? And I said, well, because I'm showing up like a total jerk. And she just laughed, and she said, heck yeah, you are. She could recognize it, and she could see it in me. And I recognized, especially for the past months and years of my life, really, that I haven't been doing the power hour, and every day that it's been inconsistent. And some days I'll start in power, but more often than not, I'll start not in power. And I'll live my life on that physical plane, and I'll go to that place of being a total jerk and getting angry and pissed off and blaming other people all the time. And today, again, I said I want to break that pattern. And for me, since the very first part wasn't there, I hadn't taken control of my physical body, I said, I'm going to go work out. And I went downstairs to our workout room, and I said, you know what, I don't want a long workout, I just want to burn myself out. I want to do something that's so hard that I have to push myself and conquer my body. Like I always say, conquer your body, conquer your life, and it starts there always. And so I started, and I said, you know what would be really, really difficult? To do 100 squats. I think that'd be really, really tough. And so I did 20 warm-up squats, stretched, and then started. I was going to do 100 straight without stopping. And I got to 100, and my back felt like it was on fire, and it was really hard, but I felt like I could do some more. And so I started going, and I continued to go, again without break, and I got to 200. And it was really, really hard. My legs were on fire, my back was just killing, and I said, I feel like I've got something more in me. I can do a little bit more. I thought maybe I could get to 250. That was a huge number. Starting, I thought I could barely get to 100. So I went for 200, and I got to 200, and I got to 200, and I said, heck, if I got to 200, I might as well just go to 300. And I did 300 squats straight without any rest. And once I hit 300, I said, you know what, I feel like I've got something more in me. I'm just going to do one more at a time until I can't do any more, and see how many more I could do. I thought maybe I could do another 10 or 15, maybe 20. And I kept going, and I hit 350. And then I kept going, and I hit 400. And I hit 400, and it hurt really, really badly. And I said, I've come all the way. I've gotten to 400. I can get to 500, I think. I think I can make it. I'm going to try. Again, with no rest, went straight and did 500 squats in a row without resting. And I hit 500, and something inside me said, you've got more. you can keep going. Do more. And I wasn't happy about that. It hurt all over, and I kept going. Just one at a time. I hit 550, felt like doing more, and got to 600. And I wanted to stop, but that thing inside me said, keep going. And I kept going. And I hit 650, and I just knew I was going to be done at 650, because there's no way I could possibly do more than 650 squats in a row. My back was absolutely on fire. And I hit 650, and something inside me said, keep going. And that's when I got really mad, because I thought I would be done, and I was mad at whatever was inside me saying, keep going. I actually punched the floor while I was in the middle of doing my squats, and I kept going. Right around 680, something woke up inside of me. Something that I haven't felt in a long time, and I remember exactly the last time I felt it because it triggered the memory, and I felt like I was back in that same place. And it was back when I was a swimmer, when I was in high school, when I was swimming butterfly. Because I remember swimming 100 butterfly. If you don't know swimming, butterfly is the one where you do both arms up out of the water like this, and you come in like that. It's really, really, really difficult. And you do 100 yards of that, and you feel like you're going to die by the end. And that woke up. I remember that part of me because I got to that same place where I was pushing myself just as hard as I was when I was swimming. I was at 680 squats, and I got to 700, and I felt like I should keep going. Because my goal was to conquer my body, to give everything I possibly could. And so I kept going, and I got a number in my head. And I thought, you know what? 7 in all of religious teaching, 7 symbolizes perfection. And I thought, you know what? If I can get to 777, that is like the most complete number that there is. I'm going to get there. And I got there, and something inside me said, keep going. And I kept going, and it hurt so bad, and I hit 800. And I said I could do a couple more. Just a couple more. And I hit 820, and 840, and then 860. And when I hit 860, it was like something broke inside of me. It was my body's will, my physical will, that told me to stop. That physical self, that barrier that holds me back from going to a higher plane, when I hit 860, it broke. And it felt like my body was no longer in control. The whole time it was telling me to stop, 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 stop. And at that moment, something higher started speaking. It was like my spirit took over. And it continued to hurt, and it continued to burn, but something higher was controlling it. There was no longer something inside of me that was saying stop. It was like my body had just given up on telling me what to do. And so I kept going, and I hit 900. And by that time I knew I was going to go past 900. And I knew that my number was 1,000. And my spirit pushed me there. I also called upon the strength of someone else. By that time my wife had come home, or had come downstairs to see what was going on. I told her where I was at and asked her for help. And she helped me count the rest of the way, just one at a time, every single one, burning so bad. I'd squat down and could barely lift myself back up, but kept going, one at a time, for another 100 squats. And I hit 1,000 squats in a row. Now there's some people that they look at that and say that would never be possible for me. Some that look at that and say, heck, that would be easy. But I know for me and for my body and where I was at, I thought 100 was going to be really hard. I could never imagine myself getting to 250. If somebody would have started me out and said, get to 1,000, I never would have made it there. I never would have even tried because I didn't think it was possible. Which is why that something inside of me that said keep going didn't tell me what number I was going to. It just said keep going. One more. I hit 300 and I thought maybe I could do 10 more. And I did 700 more. 1,000 squats in a row. And my body was conquered. And I knew it was. I had broken through the physical barrier, the physical plane. I then went and finished. I had to, of course, take a shower after that. Finished the rest of my power hour. Did some meditation and some spiritual study. And in my meditation, in that place where my body no longer had control over me and my spirit was in charge, I was able to connect to my spirit and ascend to connect to my greater source. And that's an incredible place, to feel like you're walking and talking with God. And that's why I always say, conquer your body, conquer your life. Because I've learned to come to realize and accept that I have a part of me that's a total jerk. And that's weak and powerless and manipulative and every bad and negative thing. And then there's a higher part of me. It's the opposite of that. That's powerful. That's pure and perfect love. That's connected at all times into all things. And that's why I started today conquering it. This challenge, I thought it was going to be awesome after 6 weeks. It's been 5 days, and I'm so amazed at the results so far. I'm absolutely blown away and can't hardly believe what it is that I've experienced so far. This has been an amazing journey for me, which again is why I'm asking you to do it with me. Get out there, start your power hour. The power principle for today is conquer your body, conquer your life. So get out there, start your workout, and conquer. Then move into the meditation, the spiritual connection. However that looks for you. Tomorrow, our power principle for the day is going to be meditation. And so I'll tell you exactly what that is, because the first time I heard it and people started telling me to meditate, I thought, that's the crazy thing that the monks do. Why would I ever want to do that? But I've come to learn that it's very, very powerful in me in learning to conquer that next plane, which is the mental plane. So that's going to come tomorrow, but for today, get out there, crush it in your power hour, and we'll see you tomorrow. This is Tony Purcell reminding you to conquer your life.